There he is.
Hello. What up?
Thanks for making the time, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Hi, Internet.
30 questions with Brent Fikowski.
Let's get it.
How did you start your day today, Brent?
I started my day with breakfast. We made scrambled eggs in our hotel. And then I went to a gym and I did a workout for the Rogue Invitational Qualifier.
And what are you doing in Byron Bay? Why are you in Australia?
I'm in Australia because I married an Australian. So we keep coming back to visit family and friends. And we've been hanging out Brisbane, Gold Coast, and then we're coming to Byron to do, I'm here to coach a class with kind of a Reebok thing and just spreading the good word about Reebok and CrossFit and meeting some people.
I've always wondered why they call you the Professor. What's the reason behind that?
It was actually a nickname I got here on the Gold Coast when I first started training here in 2012. And they nicknamed me the Professor. Drew Griffith and the crew there, CrossFit Broadbeach. It just kind of naturally happened. I think I was just sort of always probably over analytical about CrossFit, and I was going to university to be an accountant, so I was kind of like the nerdy guy, and the nickname just sort of stuck, and I liked it. So,
if you had any posters on your wall when you were at high school, who was the poster on the wall?
I had a bunch of musicians, so I was like big into playing guitar and singing and stuff like that, and records and classic rock. So I would have had, you know, Queen and The Who and stuff like that on the wall. Jimi Hendrix. Yeah.
What movie made you cry or makes you cry with laughter?
With laughter?
Yeah.
I would say What We Do in the Shadows. It's a comedy written by some New Zealand guys, and if you haven't seen it, What We Do in the Shadows is probably the funniest movie I've ever seen.
What's your favorite album or artist right now?
Right now, maybe Bon Iver. His new album's really cool. And favorite, yeah, I'd say that's up there. There's one song called Love is a Weapon by a Canadian artist that I been playing a lot and grooving to. But yeah, that'd be there. Yeah.
And is any artist that people would be surprised that you follow or like or into?
Oh, I don't know. I guess depending on how well people know me, I used to like, and I still do like some like punk and some hardcore stuff. So I guess like McCluskey or I'm trying to think of another band that people might know. What's that one? It's like I can see it. Apparently I don't like them that much because I can't remember them. But let's just say McCluskey. Yeah.
If you could be a rock star from any decade, who would you be?
Well, I think like the music I really like would be, maybe like The Who or something like that in the 60s, 70s, something like that. But I think the most fun would probably be in like a hair metal band in the 80s. If you were in like Scorpion or Poison, I think that would be like a pretty wild time. And I think being like a front man in a band like that would be a lot of fun. Less pressure than a lot of other acts, probably.
What's your spirit animal?
Spirit animal? What do you think, Claire? What's my spirit animal?
Probably something boring. Yeah, maybe. I thought I was gonna say that. Yeah,
something. She's like, I don't want to say it, but no, it'd be something like pretty chill and kind of like keeps to himself, and like I'm not a sloth, obviously, because I'm not slow, but I don't really know. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to think on that one. That'd be a good one to have an answer to.
What was the name of your first pet?
We had a little dog. You know what? I feel like that's probably, I should be careful with these. I feel like that's probably an answer to some security question on like my email or my bank, so I'm not going to say it. But we had a little dog. I'll have to think, is my mother's maiden name in there?
What's your go-to workout song? Have you got a go-to workout?
I don't really have a go-to one, man. Just like, usually when I work out, nothing like super, super crazy, because I find the intensity is going to come anyway, and I don't need anything else to sort of like bump me up. It'd be like turning up the heat, It's like, let's keep the AC on, let's keep it chill. I think really just whatever's on. Honestly, I don't have like a go-to song, because you don't get to choose them when you compete, so try not to get too attached.
What about a karaoke song? What's your
karaoke? I would say either like a Hall & Oates song or a Bruce Springsteen song. Like What I Want You Got, It Might Be Hard to Handle, something like that. Yeah.
If you could play any other sport professionally, what would it be?
Oh, I'd probably play any other sport professionally than CrossFit. I had this conversation with Fellner, and we're like, man, this is painful. It's a lot of work. I think like being an NBA player would be awesome. I grew up playing volleyball, so if I could compete professionally and make a living out of playing like beach or indoor, I think that would be the dream, just because I love that sport. But that ship long sailed and was never really there to sail anyway. So
what's the most Canadian thing about you, would you say?
Oh, I'd say just that I grew up, like in Lethbridge, Alberta, which is just sort of like a prairie city, and my mom grew up on a ranch, and my dad grew up in a very small town in Saskatchewan, so it like a pretty Canadian lineage. Yeah, I'd say that. Yeah.
Did you have any CrossFit athletes that you looked up to or admired when you started the sport? Followed?
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I first started watching like Graham Holmberg and Rich Froning on YouTube videos, but probably more apt would be Chad McKay, because tall Australian guy, he was similar height to me, and so getting to kind of watch him and how well he moved was sort of like my inspiration at the beginning probably, and then I got to compete against him, which was pretty cool.
And when did you realize that you were pretty good at CrossFit?
I mean, I guess really my first competition, it went pretty well, and I thought, well, I'm not good right now, but I just started and I'm okay. So I figured, if I put in like a year of solid work, knowing the kind of work I'm willing to put in, I could be pretty good. And sure enough, a year after that, I came, I think, 6th in the Australian regional out of 40 guys. And so kind of at that point, I'm like, all right, like, you're good at this, and the things you suck at, you can get a lot better at. So, yeah.
And what is one of your favorite CrossFit competition moments for yourself?
I think there's a lot, and I'm really lucky that there's a lot. I would say, the most recent one would be one of the events in Dubai, the chipper, going head to head with Roman, going back and forth in that event was really, really special. And I'd say another one would be like the first event in 2018 on the road bike. We were biking around, we were kind of in this like chase group behind the lead group, and Ben Smith yelled in the group like, guys, we got to catch that lead group, like kind of like rallied all of us to like speed up and catch that group, and then we all sort of mixed again because everyone was drafting. And so just little moments like that are really cool.
Ring muscle ups or bar muscle ups?
Oh, probably ring. Yeah.
Running or rowing?
Running. Yeah.
Where is your favorite place to hang out?
Just at home. Yeah, or in my home gym, I guess. Yeah.
And if you're not training, what else do you like to do?
Oh, I like to eat. I like to listen to music, and if I can, make the time for it, hang out with some friends, and like watch TV or something, or watch watch a television show that I keep up with, maybe some comedy, and then as soon as we're done, just like talk about how great it was, something like that. Yeah. Do
you have any weird talents?
Any weird talents?
Yeah.
Oh, Claire, do I have any weird talents?
I don't know, you can juggle.
I can juggle.
It's not that weird.
It's not like that weird, but not everyone can do it, and it's like not normal. I'll come out your way just to like keep continuity. Oh, what an exit! I should like freaking Pretty Woman.
What is your worst habit?
Worst habit? Probably like trying to multitask too much instead of just saying like, I'm gonna work on this until it's done.
What's your best habit?
Best habit? That I'm willing to continue to work on things long past when they're exciting.
And what will be your number one fitness tip for people watching?
Find something you actually enjoy, as opposed to something that you've heard will help you reach your fitness goals. So, if you really enjoy swimming or running or CrossFit or whatever that is, or soccer, do that and do a lot of it, as opposed to, oh, I heard chicken and broccoli is the best thing to do. It's like, well, if you don't like that, then you're not going to stick to it. So,
if you're not a CrossFit athlete, what would be your dream job and why?
I'd say running, or like managing a company, owning a company that was doing something for good, like make like a cool product or a service that was still like profitable, maybe not necessarily a charity, but had like a really cool mission, and hopefully that's what I'll be doing when I'm done competing. Yeah.
If you could have lunch with anyone, living or dead, who would it be?
I don't know if anyone, I guess someone probably from like you know, 1,000 or 1,500 years ago or something like that, because back then, like, I think the view of history is, it's all kind of cloudy because it's so long ago. So if you could find someone from back then, like King Tut, as long as they obviously could speak English, and just, you know, chat with them and be like, what was it like, and like, what, you know, what was it actually like, and how did they actually make the pyramids? Someone like that. I don't think King Tut made the pyramids, but you know what I mean. Someone like from a long time ago, like a Genghis Khan type, like, historical figure from 1,000 or 2,000 years ago would be cool.
If you had to go team, who would be your 3 teammates? So 1 male, 2 females.
Honestly, it would just be like, they'd have to be taller, because if you're doing synchro stuff, they'd have to be on the taller side. So probably Annie Thorsdottir, maybe Amanda Barnhart. Who else is? I mean, Vellner's pretty tall. He'd be tall enough. So yeah, maybe those 3. Yeah.
Any more sanctional events for the year?
West Coast Classic, California, March 20th. So if you're in California, you should come watch. Yeah.
And last question, briefs or boxes?
Briefs. That's it.
Thanks so much, man.
Yeah, no worries.
Let's go eat some food.
Yeah.